One time in my life I felt that. What was my purpose? And sometimes you graduate out of high school, you look for that job, you look for that career, college, the degree, you still question, is this my purpose?
For Kevin Levrone, the question was more than introspection. It became the driving force of his life. Born in a family of 6 as the youngest child, Kevin faced tragedy, his father, a pillar of strength, and a man who taught him what it meant to be resilient, passed away from cancer.
3 or 4 o'clock, he wasn't there. I was probably in the 6th grade at the time, but he didn't come to pick me up. So I waited, on the steps of that elementary school, and he never showed up. Never showed up. It started getting dark, and the janitor had to take me home. Her name was Miss Smith. I never forget about it. Yeah, she was a black lady. She took me home, got home, and you see my mother, and you see my father. House was empty. Only one there was my uncle. That was real strange, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because normally after school, you come home, mama make a dinner.
Yeah, right.
And all that. So this didn't happen, so I was like, wow, okay. And I asked my uncle, I said, well, where's daddy? He said, I says, where's mama? He said, oh, she at the hospital. I didn't even know what a hospital was.
What age were you?
I was 10.
10?
I didn't even know what a hospital was, right? So they were at the hospital, and I didn't see my mother until actually the next morning.
Shit.
I used to sleep in the bedroom with my mother and my father, between both of them. And this day, everything just changed. And I didn't see him no more, ever. 2 weeks later, he died. I went to the hospital for the first time to see my father. I didn't recognize him because he had cancer,
Okay.
And he turned yellow and just had leukemia and lost a lot of weight. I didn't know who he was, so within 2 weeks, I'm going to the first funeral of my life, never even know what a funeral is. Like you, I used to go to church all the time, sing on the choir between my 2 sisters. Our whole life changed, you know what I mean?
Rather than breaking him, this loss fueled his ambition. Kevin channeled his pain into lifting, transforming not only his body, but his outlook on life. Kevin entered the professional bodybuilding world in 1991. By 1992, in the first year as a pro, he shocked everyone by placing second at the Mr. Olympia. An incredible feat for a newcomer. Over the following years, he cemented himself as one of the most versatile athletes in the sport, winning the Arnold Classic twice, 1994 and 1996, and dominating the IFBB Grand Prix competitions. He was a rare combination of size, symmetry, and condition, capable of adding mass or cutting down to an extreme aesthetic physique in months. A level of versatility few could even match.
I've heard stories, Kevin ate fish and only fish for like months on end to get in shape. Like I hear these stories and I don't know if they're rumors and they kind of just change over time, or like what is all in on a diet? Because I've heard, Kevin sleeps on the floor because it's harder and he likes to suffer. Like I hear these things and I'm like, is this real or is this?
Yeah, it's true.
Can you explain that?
I mean, just the mindset of going without, I didn't put any season on my food. Fish for 12 weeks, flounder.
Yeah.
Fish, rice, and broccoli, 12 weeks. I would do an hour cardio in the morning, an hour cardio at night. I had to stop eating my meals at 7 o'clock at night. So, you kind of like go through this pain and suffering. I didn't eat red meat. I wasn't into red meat. I started throwing in turkey burgers every now and then, but when I got 6 weeks out from the show, it was strictly fish, rice, and broccoli. There was moments where sometimes I would just eat, I would take rice and roll it up into the fish, and I would just eat that for like 2 weeks, 0 carbs for 2 weeks. Already being in shape and having my body fat below 3%. I would just experiment and do this stuff for the psyche, for the mindset. I didn't want to sleep in my bed. I didn't want to be around anything that was comfortable. I wanted to feel like, I didn't need anything. I just needed a place to lay my head that was on the floor and visualize and focus of why I was doing it, the purpose, the end of the road, the hardcore stuff that I was dealing with when I was in the gym. I'd wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd go to the gym on an empty stomach. I'd do cardio for an hour. Right after that, I would eat my first meal. I would stay in the gym. I would train my abs. And then I would go through my first workout for about 2 hours. Then I would go home. I would eat my next meal, 10 o'clock. I'd go to sleep to 12 o'clock, wake up, eat my meal. Then I would go back to the gym, eat a meal. Yeah, I would eat a meal, go back to the gym. I eat every other hour. My first meal was 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, back to the gym, training from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, done doing the cardio. So this is my cycle. And I wouldn't live outside of the cycle. I wouldn't go to the mall, wouldn't go to the movies. I wouldn't go to eat dinner nowhere. I wouldn't go to family reunions. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I wouldn't do anything. I just stay locked away. And I think when I'll go to my room, and I had guns on the floor and stuff. I would just sleep in the middle of them, and I was just on plain hard floor, and I was just going through the motions of what I'm preparing for, and that was the Mr. Olympia, to go on stage and do that. That's how serious I took it for 3 or 4 months. A lot of times I didn't go to family reunions. I didn't spend a lot of time with my family. Out of the 7 years, I probably out of 14 years. Probably missed 7 family reunions, and it's almost like I was in a war zone, which I was in a war zone, and that's how serious I took it.
Despite his talent, Kevin's journey was plagued by challenges. At the 1983 Mr. Olympia, a catastrophic pec tendon threatened his career. Bench press 600 pounds, Kevin snapped his pectoral tendon at 10-hour surgery followed by an infection, and another 6-hour procedure had commenced. Remarkably, his surgeon performed the operation from the armpit to avoid visible scars that might have, questioned his competitive ability in the future.
1993 Olympia, you took 5th place. You ripped your pec. How many weeks out from the Olympia? How many weeks out was it?
I toured in February.
Okay, how did you manage to come in?
It was 7 months.
But how did you manage to come in bigger that year? You came in bigger than you did in 92. Your condition wasn't as sharp, because 92 you were absolutely shredded. But 93, I always wondered how you came back from an injury. You didn't just come back, you came back bigger. I've always wanted to know how how?
People didn't believe it. People really didn't believe it.
Huge.
They didn't believe that I had tore my chest to the extreme that I did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until after that show where I think I placed 5th? Was it 5th?
Yeah, 5th.
I think I placed 5th there.
Yeah.
But I didn't reveal the extent of how bad the damage was before. Because I wanted to take that time to not have them judge me as the injury. So I said that I only tore my chest doing flies. I remember telling Lee Haney that I only tore it doing flies. 50-pound dumbbell flies, wasn't that bad.
Was that 50-pound dumbbells in your face?
Dude,
yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm showing off now.
Yeah. I got home. From the Mr. Olympia, and I was so lean, and I was still training heavy, and I tore my chest with 600 pounds. I was benching 600.
Whoa!
And I came down raw, no shirt, and I pushed up.
Yeah.
And I came down for a second rep. And I remember going up like this, and I had one guy behind me spotted me.
Yeah.
And my right side tore. It ripped like a piece of paper. Like, I heard it just like that.
I hate stuff like this.
He had to pull it off, and I racked it.
Yeah.
In the bathroom. Damn. And I drove to the hospital. I remember driving to the hospital that night because I knew what happened.
Yeah.
And I got to the hospital, and I was so big they couldn't put me in the MRI machine or nothing.
Yeah.
The doctor was like, what is going on?
Kevin spent 4 months in a partial body cast, losing significant mass, yet 2 months after the cast came off, he placed 5th at the Mr. Olympia. No bodybuilder had ever bounced back from such a severe injury so quickly, which basically showed that Kevin Levrone had something special in him. Kevin's career was not only challenged by injuries, it was also shaped by the political currents of the IFBB. Many fans and insiders believe that his repeated near misses at the Mr. Olympia were influenced not just by competition, but by the judging politics, favoritism, and organization, biases. Despite being one of the most deserving athletes, Levrone often lost out to competitors favored by the IFBB insiders, a reality he had, many in the bodybuilding community acknowledge. In interviews, Kevin Levrone admitted the politics within the IFBB sometimes dictated placements more than physiques, fueling frustration yet never, diminishing his determination, which showed that Kevin Levrone was a fuel to the fire.
And Joe Weider told me before he passed away, and I said, Joe, how come I can't win? And he said, it's not that you're not good enough to win. It's not that Flex Wheel is not good enough to win, or Sean Ray isn't good enough to win. It's not that, Levrone. He said, this is a business, but if I take you guys and I shuffle you guys around first, second, or third, I'm still going to make the same amount of money. It's just that you guys are going to be personally rewarded, but I'm going to make the same amount of money if Flex was Mr. Olympia, you or Sean Ray. But Dorian opens up another whole umbrella, opens up another whole market in his business.
Kevin Levrone's resilience extended beyond his prime. In 2016, at 52 years old, he returned to the Mr. Olympia stage after 13 years away. Though out of the top 10, his physique amazed fans and competitors alike, a testament to the human spirit capacity to overcome time, injury, and politics. Levrone's career exemplifies more than muscle. It embodies relentless perseverance, adaptability, and unshakable dedication. Despite the setbacks, the IFBB politics, and the near misses, Kevin Levrone's legacy remains unchallenged. So overall, Kevin Levrone's story just teaches us about perseverance, keep pushing despite the challenges and the dark side of certain things. Comment down below if you guys think Kevin Levrone truly deserved to win the Mr. Olympia. At times, we could see that he deserved to win the Mr. Olympia. Enough yapping. Peace.
Bye. Have a great time.